Welcome back to math. Today we're talking about Unit 1, Lesson 6. We're going to talk about comparing numbers. When we're talking about comparing, we're going to usually have signs that look like this. Signs that look like that. Okay? You've seen them before. You probably have seen them in second grade, possibly. How do we know which sign is which? How do we know which sign is which? Well, the way I do it, and the way I try to get you to learn it, is that when we read, like when we're reading this, what does that say? It says comparing numbers, fractions, and decimals. We started on the left side and we read to the right side. We do the same thing in math. We're going to read from the left to the right. We're going to go from the left to the right. Now when we go from the left to the right, what did I hit first on this sign? I hit the small side, didn't I? The small end. So we call this less than. Okay? Now when we do this one, wow, we don't hit anything, do we? This is what we call, and you guys all know this one, equal, right? So, this last one, what did we hit first on that? We hit the big side first. And we call that what? We call it greater than. Okay? I always got confused when I was a kid, so I came up with this way of reading left to right. You hit the little end first, we call that less than. If you hit the big end first, it's called greater than. Okay? So that means that whatever's over here is bigger than what's over on the right side. And our less than, that means the number on the left side is smaller than the one on the right. I'll give you a couple of examples. So let me get rid of this, okay? And we'll play it like a little game. If I put a number over here, let me change my color. Let's say I have a 3 here. 3, and remember what this is? This is a less than, right? So we're going to read it. 3 is less than. 3 is less than what number? Just throw out a number. 10. Is this correct? 3 is less than 10. Yeah, so we all say it together. 3 is less than 10. Now, what if I put my 3 here? What do I have to have here? 3. And then we would read it how? 3 is equal to 3. Does that make sense? You guys know that. Now, on this one, what do we hit first? We hit the big end, right?
Yes.
So we call this greater than. So where does our number have to be bigger? On the right or left side?
Left.
It's going to have to be on the left side. So let's say I'll make a number. Let's say I make the number 2. What must I have on this side to make this true? A 1. You're correct. Or I could get rid of that and I could put a 0, right?
Yes.
Now let's read this together. 2 is greater than 0. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So now let's talk about, let's move down a little bit. And what I want you to get here is when we move to the right, if you notice, here's a 0, right? Is the 0 very big?
No.
No, it's pretty small. It's like not even there, huh?
Yes.
So 1 is bigger than 0. So if we wrote, let me change my color again. So if I said 0 and I had a 1 here, what would I put in between these two? What would I put in between those two? Yeah, okay, so 0 is, and read it with me, 0 is less than 1. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, how about, what would I have to put, what would be the next number I could put there? Any thoughts? 1 is less than, everybody, 1 is less than 2, yeah. And I could continue this, couldn't I? What would be my next one?
3.
Yeah, 3. So, read it with me. 2 is less than 3. Does that make sense?
Yes.
How about, what would I put next?
4.
Yeah, 4. So, everyone read that with me. 3 is less than 4. So, does everybody see how this works?
Yes.
So, when we have the little pointed end here, we call it less than, right? And our number on the right side has to be smaller. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so as we move to the right, our numbers always get
Bigger.
bigger. But if we move to the left, our numbers are going to get smaller, right? I think I taught that to you a while back, but let me get rid of these numbers and change my color. Let's go with purple. Now let's say I have a 9 here and I have a 3 here. What sign would I put in between these two? Somebody?
Greater
Yeah.
than.
She said greater than. Is that the right sign?
Yes.
Yes. Because the big end is on the left side, right? So 9, say it with me. 9 is greater than 3. Good job. So we got that, right?
Yes.
All right. Let's move on. Now it's nice that you got to see some of that because it gives you an idea where we're going, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay? All right. So, if we started here and this was our 0, this could be our 1, right? But wow, maybe we should make a little different. Let's make a little different. I'm going to get rid of the smaller and bigger. You guys have that concept? And it's okay? Okay, just like up here, we have our number line, right? I'm just going to take that number line, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this section of it, and I'm making that 0 goes here, and this 1, if you notice, goes here. Do you see that? Hello? You guys see that? So what I did is I just took this section and blew it up bigger. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then I cut it into how many pieces? How many pieces did I cut this up into? I cut it up into 10 pieces. And if you can tell, we have a what right here? 1/10. Why is there a 1/10 there? Because this is being cut up into 10 pieces. So, let's count it. This is 0, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what would go below this one? What would be our bottom number below that? What's our bottom number here? Because we just counted it. You guys just counted 10 pieces, right? And how many is this? This is all 10 pieces, right?
Yes.
So we have 10 over 10, or 10 tenths. Now, are you guys with me? Here we go. What if I had this as my comparison? What symbol should I put in the big circle? What symbol shall I put in the big circle? Less than? Is that less than? Is that the less than symbol? Okay, can we read it? 1/10 is less than 9/10. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. So let's play a little game here. Oh, let me leave that. I'm just going to do this. Let's play a little game. I have this here and this here. Now what do I do? What symbol do I put in there?
Greater than.
Is this greater than?
No. No.
No. Is this greater than?
Yes.
Okay. So, read it with me. 7/10 is greater than 6/10. Excellent. Let's do one more, shall we?
Yes.
And then we'll switch to decimals. Okay? All right. What if I have 5/10 here and I have 9/10 here? What symbol do I want to put on the inside?
Less than.
Is this less than?
No.
Oh, is this less than?
Yes.
No. Oh, I got you, didn't I? Yeah. Is this less than?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm just glad to know that you guys know what those are. All right, so 5/10 is less than 9/10. Could you write these in fractions for me? Do you want me to leave it up? I'll leave it like this, up above it. Remember our decimals?
Yeah.
Okay, we have our 0, right? Then we have our decimal. What's the first place on the right side of the decimal? Tenths. So what would I put in that space? A 5, right. And what would I put on this side?
0.9.
0.9. How many people agree? You guys are right. So this would be equal to 9/10, right?
Yes.
Because our first space is 10 pieces, right? Are you with me?
Yes.
Do you want to write them up above? Do you want to write them up above here? Would that be helpful?
Yes.
Okay, well then let's do that. Okay, so this first one right here, what am I going to put? I'm going to put 0.1. The next one is 0.2. Come on, people.
0.3.
0.4. 0.5. Okay, hold on. Can't go past. What would this one be down here, right before the 1? 0. These are all 0 points, right? What would that one be? What would that one be?
0.9.
This one right up here. What would that one be?
0.9.
0.9. Do you know why I just went out of order for you? Because you get in the habit of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
Yeah.
So, what about this one? How about this one?
0.7.
What's this one?
0.7.
Okay, so that would be 0.7, right?
Yes.
And this would be 0.8, and this is 0.6, right? Okay, so you see those up there? What if I do this? What if I put an 8 here and a 7 here? What symbol would I put?
Greater than.
Greater than, like that, right?
Yes.
Excellent. What if I do this? Ooh, check this out. This is going to be fun. 3 and what would I put?
Equal.
Equal. Right. Because they're on the same area, huh?
Yes.
Okay? So this is the way you can play this game. So just kind of play around with these numbers when you do your homework, okay? Just make up some problems like this. Make yourself a number line. And then if you want to take it beyond the 1, feel free to. That would be a 1.1, and this would be a 1.2, right?
Yeah.
I like it. All right, well, that's our lesson for today. I love math.